It's been a while since I've been able to showcase Great Krypton Rush, and it's about to start on my server in just a few seconds. So I want to go ahead and jump in and show you guys a run through of Great Krypton Rush. There's been a lot of changes, and some of them I'm familiar with, others I'm not. So it's going to kind of be a learning experience for me actually while we're filming this. So let's jump over to my account and we'll go ahead and jump in. The Great Krypton Rush does last for about 40 minutes, and you're going to have to basically confirm your squad. It's kind of similar to the way you would with Gotham War. I think I have everything already set up here. Probably should do some work on the Scarabs. All right, we got our squad set up, and everyone, like one of the big new changes that they made with Great Krypton Rush is that everyone kind of spawns in their own location here on our side of the map. And you do have the ability to kind of move things around. Like you can kind of change the positioning where you are. Kind of important to make sure that you spawn or put yourself as close as possible to the resources you're going to be going after, and in particular the spaceship core, because you won't be able to change that too many times. I'm curious how far we can locate. It looks like anywhere in this little blue area of the map you can relocate yourself. So I think I'm going to choose a location maybe a little bit closer up here. All right, so we'll do that just for now and then kind of see where things lead from that. There's definitely some conversations about the efficacy of going in with just a single squad versus using multiple. And I think the jury's still out on whether that works, like how well that works for different things. I think for probably going in and taking these like treatment rooms and energy shields, ammunition depots, things like that, probably makes a little bit of sense to go ahead and do single ships. And then for spaceship core, it's again, we'll find out today. We'll kind of see how everything works out, but I do think that it makes a lot of sense to try to go after spaceship core and get it as quickly as you can. But at the same time, if you have super ships, you should be doing rallies with those super ships. And I think also your players who have the Pequod, you should probably be trying to do rallies for that as well. Looks like my rally got disbanded. I guess there wasn't anyone else who joined it. So again, that's probably another issue that we have there. Just go ahead and launch an attack on the energy shield here and get garrisoned up so we can start gathering up some points. Only 5 versus 4 here. Curious whether we'll get some more joins before this is over with. We've been, I think, doing a pretty good job of filling up, but it seems to be a very small amount of people that are on at this time. Usually we are doing Krypton Rush at like 7 a.m. for me, so it's been pretty much impossible for me to do Great Krypton Rush at all during that time. Got some crystal piles here. I think I might actually go ahead and attack this one, and we can, looks like we got some folks who are relocating up here closer to the shield. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that as soon as my timer is up. So we'll see how much, see whether anyone else takes that spot before I get an opportunity to. One of the things I've noticed, and I'll probably skip any dead space during the fight so that you guys aren't just completely bored to death. But I think a lot of these fights, there is going to be a lot of downtime, or at least there's a lot of time where there's just not a ton of things happening. It's kind of hard for you to, it's hard to present this in a way that it's actually fun to watch on video, because there's just not a lot of crazy actions that are happening. Looks like we got Arcaluk up here as well, so another minute 42. Definitely should have moved up a little bit further there. I just wasn't sure what the strategy was. Apparently, you need to be really close to the people who are initiating rallies that you want to join, because it is quite difficult to, like I think in some situations you can't join the rallies. We've got a couple of people here joining, looks like Oron's rally, but it's actually kind of difficult to join those rallies if you're too far away. So definitely a little bit of strategy to making sure that you get all of your folks as close as possible to one another. I think this is a positive change here. They made it a lot slower for your ships to move around on the map, and so I think it's definitely a positive that they're making it where you can move a little bit closer to the resources that you want to go after. In particular, everyone's going to be going after the spaceship core very soon here. Waiting on an ammunition depot here. I'll probably relocate, throw something to the ammunition depot, and then I'm trying to make sure that I have at least one squad available to join someone else if it pops up. So we've got a rally here for material storage. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and relocate. Looks like I've got to, there we go. You got to make sure that you are fully within the grid on the blue, like on the ice, in order to move. So we got relocated. Looks like we've got everything idle now. So I will probably wait and see if I can join a couple of rallies and help people out here. Still only 8-5, so this is going to be quite interesting match. Let me know in the comments below if you are getting full matches for Great Krypton Rush right now. I mean, I know this match or matchmaking system is a little bit more interesting than some of the others out there because you do have to sign up to be able to do the mode. I think a lot less people are doing it. It's a little bit more of a strategic mode than others. In terms of just, basically you're trying to rush the spaceship core, try to keep as many of these other items as you can on your side. But, you pretty much have to get that spaceship core and hold it as long as possible once the match gets going. For anyone who's kind of new to the mode, obviously battles fought, you're going to be getting some battle honor rankings. You have personal rewards for doing, up to and past 25 different battles fought. Battle honor here for the folks who are occupying buildings, and we've got league rewards here as well. Pretty low rewards that you're going to be getting for the match. It really is just more for bragging rights than anything. You can click on the very top of the map and you can see the resource production. This is really helpful for just trying to see how well you're doing as a team, and looks like we're losing some production there. I should be paying a little bit more attention. I'm going to go ahead and initiate a rally here for this one, see if people want to join that. One thing you can do is initiate the rally, launch even if no one joins, and we'll go ahead and do that. We'll use our JLD team and see if we can clear that out. One thing that I've talked with some people about that's I think an issue is, what are we doing here? We got somebody joining the rally. One thing that I think is problematic with doing the solo rallies is when I attack the ammunition depot, I've got to beat 15 NPCs before I can take over that ammunition depot. And sometimes you will lose energy for doing that. And so you got to kind of be a little bit careful with that, because in this mode, you do have that energy bar that it's going to run out. So you got to make sure that you use your energy efficiently. So we're going to see how this plays out. Again, first time back playing the mode, so kind of figuring some things out on my own here. Looks like we've got a rally I can join. We'll go ahead and use our Superman family there and go to this recovery center. I am trying to save my Death Metal Wonder Woman group for something a little bit more interesting, but kind of seems like we do have most of the map covered here, and we definitely have more people playing. With a smaller group like this, just one or two extra people is really all you need if they're paying attention on the map to kind of take over things and make quick work of your enemy. So I do think we're probably going to win this match fairly handily, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so we're fighting the ammunition depot, and let's just take a look here. You can see our group is luckily, doing that rally, I think definitely made a lot of sense because it just makes it a little bit easier for us to kind of take some of these out. I should be able to handle the rest of these without losing all of my energy, and we should be able to take over that city, or I guess resource node. I do like the new interface here for the fights. I think it's a lot more simple and, you know, good to be able to see the fights as they're going on. We did get some battles fought there. I think that was really nice. Again, makes a lot of sense to, you know, if you know you're capable of beating the NPCs, to do this on your own, because you'll get a lot more battles fought. But you can also, again, kind of screw yourself over, like going for the spaceship core. Everybody's going to go for it at the same time. And if you have a full match, only so many people are going to be able to rally there. And if you were the one fighting all the NPCs, you could easily lose all of your energy bar and then get sent back, and then you lose out on a position there. So definitely a lot more important, I think, to at least send a couple of rallies towards the spaceship core to make sure that you are able to actually get in there and get a spot. Either that, or I think maybe the other strategy might be to potentially hold off just a few seconds before you initiate, so that somebody else is taking the brunt of all those hits, unfortunately, and then you're able to kind of jump in right behind them. So kind of interesting strategy point there. All right, we will go ahead and join a couple more rallies. We can use our LOD team, and I think that's it for right now. Spaceship core opens in about 5 minutes, so I think we will go ahead and speed this up. Covered a lot of the points I think that are important, and you're getting to see a little bit of the fight here. Again, not a lot of people here, so it is kind of boring, but you know, again, you're just kind of trying to use a little bit of strategic thinking. You can see that everyone is putting their base of operations over on the other side now that we have everything taken care of on our side of the battlefield. So I'm actually going to go ahead and move my operations over here as well, and we'll just, I think that might actually work. Yep, so we'll go ahead and move our base here. Again, you have to make sure that you're, you know, strategically moving around the battlefield so that you don't use all of your relocations and then you're stuck in a bad spot. This is a risky move, I think, in a little bit more of a, like if it was a closer match and a lot more people playing, because you could get caught in a bad spot. So hopefully that does not happen for me. I did use one of my relocations prematurely. But we will come back once there's a little bit more action going on. Okay, so spaceship core is about to open up. I believe someone just told me that they were going to rally to it, so I'm gonna see if we can join that. Yep. So I will be using my Death Metal Wonder Woman for that, and I think we should have no problem taking core and basically keeping it just with that. I do have a couple of our teammates jumping in, but with 15 out of 15, I think we should not get pushed out. We'll see. It's going to be kind of close. You see, we've got a couple of people who are taking out the NPCs. We're going to see if anybody gets set. I'll go ahead and just take a look at some of the battling. Let's see, they're going to be losing energy here, so I think good chance that Nightwing's ship might actually get defeated here. Just from the energy attrition of having to fight all these battles. But we got a few more who are jumping in right after that happens, who should be able to take it out. Again, so we've got 5 there, and I think 8 in Arkaluk's ship here that are coming in. So I'm curious. Yeah, so down to 4. And we just got there, so we should be part of the group. Yep, so 11, that's plenty. I don't think that you can garrison multiple to the same spot. Oh, it actually is letting me. We'll just keep that there. Curious, actually, let everybody else get an opportunity to send something, especially with Auron there, hoping that he can get in. It did go up to 20, so that's nice. So we got 16. I might actually just go ahead and send another ship there anyway. We'll go with our Pequod. That one's pretty nice. Again, most of your points are going to be generated from being in the spaceship core as long as possible. I know they changed some of that a little bit. We can take a look here and see. I believe, yeah, so 1440 for just the one spaceship core. Definitely going to be giving you the most resources possible by having that. They did, I think, adjust it a little bit so that you're not getting quite as much from the core versus everything else. But you can see we're getting 12,960 per minute, and we're just going to, it's going to snowball out of control. So a match is definitely over. But, you know, I've just wanted to try to bring this to you guys and kind of give you a little bit of gameplay footage of Great Krypton Rush. I don't see it focused on a lot on content creator channels, and just wanted to kind of talk about a couple of these changes. I know I missed some things, so let me know in the comments below if there are any good tips that you have for Great Krypton Rush now that some of these changes have happened. You can see kind of how it works. I don't know why SFU hasn't sent all of their players to Spaceship Core, if they just, I guess, assume that they've lost it just because we have 18 garrison ships there. But you know, I think, you know, pretty fun game mode. I've always enjoyed playing Great Krypton Rush. I like the more cozy feel, the less players who are a little bit more interested in the strategy side of things. It can get a little bit boring when you have a situation like this where you know the battle is already won. But, you know, pretty cool mode, and I hope that they continue to focus on it and make it better. I know there's been a lot of changes to it recently, and people have kind of complained that, you know, it's like there have been some, a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. I do think that this relocation feature that they've added in is going to add a lot more strategic element to the mode, and I'm, you know, looking forward to hearing some of that feedback from you guys in the comments. Make sure you like the video and hit that subscribe button if you want to get access to more of my content like this in the future, and I hope to see you on the next video.